Welcome back to episode number 2, Movies Done Dirty. My name's Steve.
I'm Wayne.
And today we have got The New Guy. Starring DJ Qualls as Dizzy Harris. Man, I tell you what, I enjoyed this movie. It was just funny from start to finish. Dude goes to a new school. He's trying to fit in, so he befriends this dude in prison, Eddie Griffin. Teaches him this crazy eyes and...
No. Free guy.
Free guy?
Ryan Reynolds.
Who?
Alright, welcome to episode 2, Movies Done Dirty. It's alright, buddy. It's okay. We are reviewing Free Guy.
Ryan
Like,
Reynolds.
Yes. Just like last episode. If you haven't checked that one out, we reviewed Suicide Squad 2, so make sure you check that video out. So let's get right into it. As far as we go, characters.
I tell you what, like, the character work themselves, like Ryan Reynolds, start to finish, like, the characters were so good. Then you add in the hidden characters that are just, like, barely even noticed. Like, Dwayne Johnson plays a role in this movie. Hugh Jackman was in this movie, but you can't find them on IMDb, nothing. They're in the movie, though. They have their roles, and they just played random characters. I love it. They filled it perfect.
Right, exactly. So the synopsis of the movie is Ryan Reynolds is a non-player character in a video game. So he doesn't even understand that there's an outside real world. He's living in a video game. So he lives the same day-to-day life. So the characters you're seeing in there, the real players, those are portrayed by different actors, various actors, like you said, Dwayne Johnson and stuff like that, which we didn't even know until after the credits rolled.
Yeah.
A lot of little cameos from different actors. We're not going to give any spoilers away. There's a couple Marvel references in there that's just hilarious.
Disney really picked up, like, they made it worthwhile.
Yes. So character portrayal, the character was just great. I was invested in all the characters.
Acting was so good. Like, even when they switched from, like, the real world to the in-game world, like, the characters just, they played their role so perfect.
Absolutely.
The entire cast, I loved them.
Yep, I agree.
Moving on to number 2, the story and the plot.
So I feel like, personally, that movie flowed so well. I felt like I went in with good expectations because I'm just a Ryan Reynolds fan in particular. I like Deadpool. I thought he was great in that. All the way back to Van Wilder. I'm just a fan of Ryan Reynolds. Waiting. Yeah.
So good.
Yeah. So I went in going, okay, it's going to be a Ryan Reynolds film. I did not expect the storyline to actually be so good that I was truly invested in it. It wasn't like the Adam Sandler Pixels. Pixels was like a video game portrayal movie, which hit or miss with most audiences. But this one, I was just into it the whole time. I thought it was well done, well put together. So story plot, thumbs up for me.
Yeah, like you said, it paced itself perfectly. It didn't feel like it was a drag at any point. If I had to absolutely nitpick something in the movie about this, it would be that it followed the typical 3-act formula for a movie, but I don't even see it as a problem. Like, almost every movie is going to have that same 3-act formula.
Yeah.
And, they did a good job. I loved it. The story just, it flowed. It made sense. It was funny.
Yeah.
It was unique. That's the key. Like, it was a new story.
Yeah.
When you really come down to it, it was brand new. You'd never seen something like this before, and I loved that.
Yeah, I definitely agree. So on to our next category, music and sounds. One of my favorite categories. I just love when the music ties into a movie so well. How do you feel about that, Steve?
Man, I tell you what, they played some music from my childhood, and I love when they bring back some music from my childhood. They had Mariah Carey pumping through this thing. Now, it wasn't my jam as a child, but it brings me back to that time, and it makes me feel all warm and fuzzy in my tum-tum. I love that. then you get right down into like the sound effects, helicopters, gunfire, car chases, explosions, all that stuff. It made me feel immersed into the sounds.
Yeah, I have to agree. The only thing I do disagree with is being your brother and growing up with you. I've heard you jamming out to Mariah Carey on numerous occasions. So, yeah.
Coming from Mr. Hansen over here.
I'm an bopper, man. I like my bops.
What a disgrace.
Sounds were great. Music was great. A plus for me.
Moving into category 4, the visuals. What'd you think?
I thought the visuals were really good. If I want to nitpick just a little bit, sometimes when they were in the video game world, I almost didn't feel that, and I know that's kind of probably what they were going for, but sometimes I was like, what kind of video game would do this, or what kind of video game would do that? And just being like a gamer, I thought, that could have just been a little better. But I still think, I was immersed. There were times where, like, when they were doing the video game, I was like, okay, this is good. I'm feeling like I'm in a totally different world as opposed to the real world, which they bounce in and out of through the whole thing. How about you?
See, I liked when they bounced back and forth between the visuals and the real world, and they would show, like, the computer screen for when they were playing the game. I liked how it changed how it looked. It looked like a video game on their screen. Granted, it might have been like from PlayStation 7 or something, because those graphics were pretty darn sweet, I would say.
I think that's kind of what I was getting at, was when you would see, like, Blue Shirt Guy, and you would see him as his video game character, I'm like, I don't think I've ever seen a game like that, maybe that's what they were going for.
It was on PC, so you never know. they might do something crazy. But I liked the way it looked. I felt it flowed really well when they went from game to the real world. When they were in the game, I liked how it was like pure real world visuals, like people swatting at health potions and stuff.
Oh my god, yeah.
I liked it, but I could see how people who play video games might see that as a nitpick, as a deterrent. But if you drop that at the door, I can get past that.
Yeah.
Number 5. The pace and the flow.
So as far as pace and flow goes, I think we pretty much said it with the story and plot. It goes right along. There wasn't very many moments where I was just like dozing off or wanted to fall asleep. I was into the movie the whole time. The laughter just keeps you going, keeps you into it. The story doesn't really reach a point where it gets stale, where you're like, oh my god, is this movie going to end? And I know we've all seen those kind of movies where you're like, god, is this over yet? Or you think it's over, and then you're like, oh my god, it's another 15 minutes of nonsense.
At you, Avatar.
And it went well. It went really well.
I agree. Like I said earlier, it flowed nicely. Right from spot to spot. There was no big lulls in the story. There was no spot where I wanted to get up and go refill a drink or anything. It kept you on the seat of the pants. I don't think it was too long of a movie. I think it was really right in that money spot as far as time-wise.
Yeah, right at the 2-hour mark, roughly, I think, start to finish.
Yeah, we started at 6. I think it was over by 8.
Yeah.
That was with the previews and stuff, so it was probably about an hour 40 for the movie. I'd say it was perfect, spot on. Yeah. Can't go wrong there.
No.
So now the $1 million question. Did they do him dirty? Or did they do him right?
Yeah.
What do you think?
So, first off, my overall synopsis of the movie, I thought overall it was done very well. I did not expect the type of edgy comedy. Even though it was Ryan Reynolds, I almost went in with like a PG-13 vibe, and it kind of ended almost borderline rated R vibe, which was, in my opinion, just excelled the movie even further, in my personal opinion. I do say this. There's a lot of Easter eggs in this movie. There's a lot of little stuff. There's a bunch of stuff that I feel like we're not giving you the best review because we could do it even better if we told you things, but we don't do spoilers here.
Mhm.
We are a spoiler-less community. So for me, I think it was done right.
I tell you what, I would go see this one 2 more times
Yeah.
because I want to see all the Easter eggs I missed. Something as simple as a car changing colors in the background while they're driving.
Yeah.
I saw it twice. How much of that stuff did I miss? They did this movie right. I mean, you can't go wrong seeing this one in theaters. Normally with a comedy, I'm going to be a little bit more hesitant to see theaters because does the theater really make the movie better? And in comedies, sometimes not necessarily. But because this movie had the action scenes and the explosions and the car chases, the movie theater made it better,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Yeah. I agree.
So
I agree.
I'm going to say not only did they do it good, do it in theaters.
Yeah.
Do yourself justice. Go to the movie theaters and see it this upcoming weekend, whenever you get the chance. If you can't, definitely get it as soon as you can see it in the red box or something. Because, man, such a good movie.
Dizzy Harrison. Dizzy Harrison. That was the nerdy guy from The New Guy. I just remembered that.
Pretty sure I mentioned that at the beginning.
You didn't.
I'm pretty sure I did.
No, you didn't.
Let us know in the comments down below if I mentioned Dizzy Harrison, and look forward to the channel in the future because we are planning a giveaway in the near future.
Movie
So,
tickets.
Be on the lookout for that if you want to win yourself 2 free movie tickets to the theater of your choice. We're going to be hooking you guys up. All you got to do is make sure you hit that subscribe button to the channel, like, share, comment down below.
Tell your grandma, tell your mom, tell your dad, your aunt, your distant aunt you haven't talked to in years. She makes that awesome tuna noodle casserole that you love so much.
I wasn't a fan she put peas in it.
It's here nor there. Just, do the right thing.
So next week, we're going to go see The Protege with...
Samuel L. Jackson.
That's right. So be on the lookout for that. And we'll see you guys in the next video.